the testes also produce sperms along with testosterone.
Yeah, yes, it does. We will discuss
Okay.
about that. We will discuss about it. Maybe it's not there in today's session, but we will discuss about the reproductive system in details in one of these upcoming classes. Okay. Now, reproductive functioning, begins with the release of FSH. What is FSH? FSH is follicle stimulating hormone. Where is it found? It is found in the pituitary gland. Every human being has a pituitary gland. And can anybody tell me where is the pituitary gland found?
Ma'am,
Okay.
ma'am, in the backside of the brain.
Yeah, just below the that place. I mean it's a difficult place to say, but then again, yeah, just below the brain and just behind the nasal area. Somewhere there just below the brain. So that is where the pituitary gland is found, and the anterior region, means the front portion of the pituitary brain, releases this FSH hormone, right, which makes testis to release testosterone hormone to initiate the formation of sperms in the testis, right? So basically what is the role? So basically it is the pituitary gland. What does the pituitary gland release? It releases this FSH, right? And what does this FSH do? This FSH goes to the testis and asks these testes to release testosterone hormone, right? So can you see it has come via so many places, right? And this testosterone hormone will actually help in the production of sperms. What are sperms? Sperms are the male gametes, right? So always we know that, for an offspring to come, there are always two parents required. One is the male parent and one is the female parent. Both of them combine together to form an offspring, right? And what is this parent? Basically these are gametes, right? These are also gametes. So we have learned now that the sperm is one gamete. Similarly, there is a female gamete also. Female gamete is, yes.
But how can testosterone produce sperm? Ma'am, the testes do that.
Testosterone helps in formation of sperms. Testosterone, what is testosterone? It's basically a chemical, no? It is a hormone,
Yes.
right? It initiates, it helps in the formation of sperms.
Okay.
Right? So basically the two gametes will produce the offspring. So now we know the sperm is it's a male gamete, right? The primary and secondary sex characters are activated with the release of testosterone from testes. So all the changes that are happening, elongation of bones, facial hair, sweat glands, sebaceous glands, how are they getting activated all of a sudden? Who gave the information or who gave the command कि अभी काम शुरू करो? It is basically the testosterone. Yes, the testosterone. As the testosterone started its production, since then, the facial hair has started happening, and then the muscles have become broader, the shoulders have become rounder, right? There's bodily hair. So it's all because of the testosterone's command. Correct? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now going to the next portion in females. What all happens in females during this 13 to 18 years of age? Development and enlargement of breasts, right? So which is not very commonly found in, which is not at all found in boys, but yes, this is a feature in girls. Hairs develop under armpit in the pubic regions. Hips broaden and pelvic region widens. The hips become broader because that's also a bone which is getting elongated. There are also muscles being accommodated, cells being accommodated, so the pelvic region widens just like the shoulder widens of a boy. Initiation of the menstrual cycle. So this is a very important portion, the menstrual cycle. This is actually, will help, we will come to this once we study, we will discuss. Deposition of fat around the hips. So as I said, there will be a little bit of fat deposit around the hips, which is very normal and which is very negligible actually. If it is excess, then it has got to do something with your diet, but a negligible amount, a little bit of fat is required because this fat acts as a cushioning effect, because as the hips are broadening, one fall, you will find most of the females, when they are 40, 50 and all, or maybe even younger, when they fall, they break their hip bone because, it's a little broad and that gets injured. If there is a little bit of fat in and around, then it acts as a cushioning effect. Then the hip bones do not break, and hip bones, if they crack or get fractured, it's very risky to rejoin. It takes a lot of time. So whatever happens naturally is for a cause, right? We should not go against it. They have high-pitched voice, which actually says shrill voice, because if a girl is shouting at the pitch of her voice, then you might find it a little, it's a little uncomfortable, it's a little really shrill. Okay, these changes which occur at adolescence are controlled by hormones. Okay, so all these changes are all controlled by hormones, obviously. Somebody must have sent a command. That's the reason why all these changes are happening. Let's find out who sent the command. So here also, right, the pituitary gland stimulating the FSH hormone has produced the follicle stimulating hormone, which has asked to use estrogen, which is a female hormone, which is related to the female hormone, right? Whereas it was testosterone in case of male, this is estrogen in case of females. So both boys and girls will have two different sets of hormones, right? Now coming to the menstruation cycle, menstrual cycle, right? So for this to understand, it's a diagram that I would like to take you through. I think so. Okay, this is the last portion. See, I'm sure all of you know that, there is a organ called uterus, which females have, right? Something like this, right? I wish I had a bigger place to draw, but that's fine. So I'm just drawing. So labeling is a very important thing. So please label it properly. This is known as the fallopian tube. There's always a pair of fallopian tube, one on the left side, one on the right side. Okay, this is the structure of the uterus. Okay, this is the endometrium.
Means.
Means.
Yes.
No, there's no meaning. I'll tell you. I'll explain it to you. Right? These are the ovaries. This is the vagina. Right? So basically these are the parts. Now the ovaries produce a lot of eggs, ovules, eggs, whatever. They, it is the responsibility of the ovaries to produce the eggs. Right. Now what happens is that every month, right, one egg is discharged from this ovary and it travels from here through the fallopian tube and it enters the uterus and it clings somewhere here. Right? It waits for it to get fertilized. If it doesn't get fertilized, then it is washed away, from here. So it waits here for almost 13 to 14 days, and then if it's not fertilized, then the unfertilized egg, along with a lot of, mucus, blood, certain other things, it gets washed away, right? Then again, this entire thing is like kind of cleaned up, and then again the cycle repeats again next month. Again next month, one more egg is released here from here. It goes, sticks here to the wall of the uterus there at the endometrium. If it gets fertilized, then it grows into a embryo, a zygote, an embryo, and then a baby, and that is when a lady becomes pregnant. That is when it gets into a womb. If it doesn't get fertilized, then it gets washed away every month. That is when there's a lot of obviously all these things, if it comes out, there would be a lot of these blood vessels and mucus, a little bit of muscles, and everything will come out. So that is like a kind of a bleeding kind of a thing that will happen, right? So that's about the menstrual cycle. When does this start happening? This starts happening at the age of 12 to 13 years. Until how long does it go? It goes on till the lady is 40 to 50 years of age. So almost 30 to 35 years, the woman will have this every month. Okay, and once it stops at the age of 50, then it is known as menopause. Pause means stop, and meno means the menstrual cycle. And when it begins, then it is known as a menarche. Menarche means the beginning of the menstrual cycle. So this is called menarche. This is the beginning, right? This starts, when the girl is 13 to 12 to 13 years old. Then they have the menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle happens from 12 years of age to 50 years of age. And then there is the menopause. Menopause happens 50 plus onwards. Right? So menarche, menstrual cycle, and menopause. These are the three phases. 12 to 13 years, 12 to 50 years, 35 years duration, and this is 50 plus. Correct? Is this clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, moving forward, now we'll just break it up into part by part. First, the menstrual cycle can be broken up into 4 phases. What are they? The menstrual phase, also known as the bleeding phase, the proliferative phase, the ovulatory phase, and the secretory phase. What happens? Let's find out. It's basically a breakup of what I just drew, right? In this phase, in this stage of the menstrual flow lasts for 4 days. Remember I told you when the egg is being washed off, when it did not get fertilized, so it just gets washed off. So it gets washed off for 4 days. So the bleeding takes place for 4 days, right? So that's the reason why it's also known as the bleeding phase. It takes 4 days to clear up or to get cleaned up, the entire mass to come out. Now what's the proliferative phase? This phase is also called the follicular phase or stage of repair and proliferation. This is mainly influenced by estrogen, right? So basically what happens is that, this phase is being utilized in keeping the uterus, clean and to get it ready for the next stage, right? This is also when, remember I drew these 2 eggs on either side. So this is also when the egg has this follicle, as in the ovaries, sorry, the ovaries that I drew. So the ovaries are getting ready to make an egg to be released, right? So it was something like this, no? Something like this. So basically what's also happening is that the egg, the ovary is getting ready to release this follicle. So that is when, the estrogen is actually needed during this phase to get the egg ready. Ovulatory phase, what happens? Ovulation happens. During this phase, no conspicuous changes occur in the uterus endometrium. Matlab, nothing is happening here. Endometrium, nothing is happening. What is happening is that here ovulation is happening. Basically, ovules are being prepared. This estrogen in this phase has only activated it. Now the ovules are getting prepared, right? And this is rather the stage between 2 menstrual cycles, between 2 months of menstrual cycle. What happens in the secretory phase? This phase is under the control of the progesterone and the estrogen. So in this secretory phase, basically this egg, tries to go up the fallopian tube and tries to get under the endometrium. And once it gets stuck there, slowly this wall becomes a little thick. There's a lot of deposit of these blood vessels and everything. So here this takes place for quite some time, 10 to 12 days, and then it waits, keeps on waiting, and if it doesn't get fertilized, then this entire mass is then washed away, and it takes 4 days for this mass to be cleaned. That means this phase, menstrual phase, right? So this is like a cycle. That's the reason why they have mentioned menstrual cycle. Is this clear to all?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
can you explain again the ovulatory phase? I didn't understand.
The ovulatory phase.
Yes, ma'am.
The ovulatory phase is basically the phase when, the ovulation takes place. The ovary produces a lot of ovules during that time, right?
Yes. And ma'am, the means the egg is then released or not in that phase.
The egg is released mainly in the secretory phase.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah? Okay. Any
Ma'am,
more
can you
questions?
wait?
Yeah, sure. Let me know, any of you have any question related to this portion, just let me know, because this was the last portion of it. We are at the end of it. This is the last slide. So let me know if any of you have any question. Yes.
Uh, so the menstrual cycle generally repeats every 28 to 30 days.
Correct.
But when it's like sometimes it's 34 days or 35 days, why does that happen?
So, there could be various reasons. The doctor is the best person to say. So there could be a delay in any of these phases. Actually, there would not be a delay in this phase, but there could be a delay in any of these phases. And you can blame it on the estrogen, because the estrogen must have, been has sent a little late response. This could be one of the reason that the estrogen has sent a late response. Ki chalo now start producing the follicle. That could be a delay there. There could be a delay that the when the ovary was releasing the ovule, it should have started releasing on day 1, but it took 2 days to start releasing here, right? That could be one reason. The secretory stage could be that, remember when I was telling that the egg waits here for it to be fertilized. Maybe, it ideally should wait for 10 to 12 days, but maybe it waited for 14 days. These are all physical probabilities, which could be the reason, but there are other reasons also. And the main reason is stress. For example, if there is a stress, there's a worry that exams are close by, oh my God, what will happen? Even the fact that you're thinking about it, that means there is certain chemical which is getting released, and that chemical is a bad chemical, which is stopping all the natural, normal things to be happened in your body. Stress, that's the reason why they say it's never good. Stress always brings some or the other problem in the body. Due to this stress, you can have a headache. Due to the stress, somebody can have a delayed menstrual cycle. Due to the stress, somebody can have nausea, vomiting. It happens to everyone, all age group people. From, teenagers to elderly people, everybody will have a problem. So it's the best thing is to not to stress and to just keep solving whatever problem you have in hand. Just to find out the way out. Find the way out and not to stress. Just chill. Just be cool, because stress can really induce a lot of issues. So that's one thing. The second thing could be diet, right? There are certain diet, there are certain, actually this is also related to obesity, right? There are, girls who would prefer more of junk food. And what is junk food? Junk food is basically a lot of, what do I say, bad oil. These are not good oil. Those are bad oil which gives rise to bad cholesterol. And that's the reason why, if there's a lot of deposit of fats in and around the hip and the stomach and the abdomen, so, the vagina, the uterus will also get compressed, no? It will not function properly. It will all get compressed from all the sides. It will not have a normal environment. So being fat will lead to several issues, menstrual problems, right? PCOD is a disease which leads to, polycystic ovarian disease, PCOD. This is also a disease which could lead to a delayed or an irregular menstrual cycle. But you're not studying diseases in class 8, so you can ignore this. I was just talking this out of the textbook, the reasons, what could be the probable reasons. That's the reason why, doing exercise during this period, this stage, not only this stage, actually one should exercise throughout all age group, but during this time to normalize the flow, to normalize the hormones, normalize the chemical, one should exercise every single day and keep stress at bay. Okay, Naisha?
Yeah.
Yeah, any other question?